I know when I called into the show on that same Friday after the Thursday night loss to Jacksonville, and I buried the Jets, and I'm like, it's time for a postmortem because they really don't have a shot. There's too many teams in front of them, including the Patriots, who own a tiebreak on them for them to make the playoffs. Even with all that, I still gathered myself and thought to myself, Mike White's coming back from his broken ribs. They can go into Seattle and win that game. Certainly since Seattle has not been all of that. Again, they went from 6-3 to 7-8. Okay? This is a team that was ripe for the beating. And they go in and lay another egg. Another egg. They were 7-4 after beating Chicago 31-10 on the 27th of November. And since then, they've lost 5 in a row, averaging 12 points per game. They haven't scored a single touchdown in the last 2. To clinch their 7th straight losing season and a 12th straight non-playoff season. That's the longest streak in the NFL currently. But how about this? Try this one on for size. It's the longest non-playoff season streak the Jets have ever had. And that's saying a lot.
Wow.
Isn't it? Jets have never missed the playoffs 12 straight years, and they have now. And the major concern you got to have for this team is on the offensive side of the football. Clearly. Because they draft a kid out of BYU in Zach Wilson, and he goes from struggling to unfixable. He goes from, we'll coach him up to can't coach him anymore. And I'm not taking any cheese about Joe Douglas isn't shopping him around. Well, of course he's not shopping around. Who's going to take him? Who's going to take him? Who's going to be like, we'll take him in the middle of his first contract. We'll take him and try and turn him around so quick that we have to make a decision by the end of the year whether we're picking up his 5th-year option. That's what we'll do. We're going to see so much from him in his 3rd year that we're going to make our 5th-year option bet on him after just having him in the program for 1 year. Really? Somebody's going to do that? Jets have no choice but to keep him. And maybe he is redeemable. But whatever the hell's working behind the scenes there ain't working. In 33 games since Robert Saleh took over and had Mike LaFleur coordinate the offense, they've scored 30 or more points 5 times in 33 games. That's it, 5. Zach Wilson finishes the season, unless, Mike White lights it up in Miami. He currently leads the Jets for most touchdown passes on the team. 6. 6 touchdown passes. Name me another. I don't even know. Don't even look it up. Name me another team where they walk into week 18 with your leader in the passing touchdown department is a guy with 6. And he can't even throw touchdown passes.
Whew, that's bad.
Here's the good news. They have guys like Garrett Wilson on the team.
He's good.
He'll shoot you straight. This is Garrett Wilson after the dreadful loss in Seattle yesterday.
What was the emotion like after your 5th straight loss?
I mean, we feel like we blew the season for real. We wanted a chance at the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure that this means we're not going. And at the end of the day, that's what we wanted to do, and have a chance to prove ourselves beyond that. And we're not getting it. We didn't get there, so we don't feel good about it at all.
I love that. He doesn't feel good about it, and he's shooting you straight. We blew the season. Well, it's a team game. The offensive line helped blow the season because they couldn't block for anybody trying to run the football behind them. And if you can't run it in this league, then you're going to have to throw it, and clearly the quarterback needs the running game to help throw it. The number of times I was seeing them run and the running back was hitting his head into some member of the Seattle Seahawks defense, and then let's run play action with Mike White turning his back to the defense like they're going to bite on the running game. Get out of here with that noise. And Robert Saleh's right, what he said after the game, that they're not far off. They were 6-3. They were 6-3, and then they were 7-4. But what they really were a team that was snake bit by 2 injuries. Name me a bigger injury to their team, and I said it before, than Breece Hall to the Jets. All this stuff about not running the football and not having a big play game, he was all of that in one superhuman rookie body.
Yeah, he's really good.
And he was running behind Elijah Vera Tucker, who's one of the best offensive linemen in the game. He got hurt too. So everybody has injuries, and they can come back from it. And the Jets got Sauce. They got some other guys. Quinnen Williams is showing up. Just find me some offense. Find me some offense, and I understand, I'm not in the building, and I'm not seeing it. If Zach's not the guy, then find somebody who can coordinate for him. Somebody who's going to turn the offense over to him and just say, we got one more year, do it. It's going to be tough to do because the fan base, we've had enough. But whatever's going on behind the scenes there ain't working. And I get that Saleh wants to run a certain offense because that's the way he ran it in San Francisco. And he can bring the defense there, and he already has. But something's up there, and I don't know if Woody's going to demand a change in the coaching staff. And if he does, how Saleh handles that. That's his next challenge right there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.